Working today with a pretty cool T-bucket that we built at my shop there, GRUBBS Motorsports in Garland, Texas. We built this for a customer about 4, maybe 5 years ago. He'd been wanting a T-bucket a long time, and so he came to us, and we built him one basically from scratch. So we didn't order a kit or anything like that. We had a T-bucket that we started with for the body, but this chassis is fully hand-built. Built on a jig on a frame machine. It's square as can be. It's 1/4-inch wall tubing, 2x3. It's got extra bracing in some areas that a lot of T-buckets don't. You'll see that underneath. There's a couple of diagonals that kind of keep it from twisting. Everything on it's, like I said, it's built right there at the shop. A couple things about this car that are different than what a lot of them is. I've always thought the T-bucket was too boxy. So when we designed this thing, you can see from the side, we modified these window fillers and laid them back a little bit, just to kind of give it a little flow so it didn't look like it was forward leaning. We did the same thing with the firewall. We actually split the firewall and laid it back a little, just to kind of make the car look like it was going a little faster sitting still than it is. Another thing we did, some people like it, some people say it isn't traditional. I don't really care. It steers awesome. It's Rack and Pinion. It just so happened that the Mustang 2 rack, the widths and everything, jived out perfectly with the steering on this car. So what that eliminates is the school bus, steering wheel in your lap. It's more like an actual car when you sit in there now. It also eliminates having to turn the thing 48 times to pull in a parking lot. It's got pretty quick ratio, but it's real stable. Running regular shocks on the front, not friction shocks. It does have functional drum brakes on the front. The back's got some Willwood disc brakes. We'll show you those here in a second. But that's one feature. The steering linkage just runs along the frame rail. You hardly even notice it. Car runs good, 185, 190 degrees even in the summer. No issues there at all. I actually put this motor together myself. This is a small block Chevrolet. It's a 350. I believe it's 40 over. It's got a forged Speed Pro piston. It's got a scat rod, and it's got a GM crankshaft. All of that was balanced. It's got a comp cams, hydraulic, flat tappet. It's a 274 Extreme Energy. I like that camshaft. We use it in a bunch of our mild builds. Quick Fuel 650 double pumper. It's got a powder coated Victor Jr. intake. 100 amp 1-wire alternator. This is still the original battery. This car starts, you can let it sit for 3 months, starts right up perfectly. So base coat, clear coat on the paint. Paint's still holding up real well. Not much shrink back for a fiberglass car. It's probably 9 out of 10 if you had to pick it, just because it's got a little age to it. We also lengthened this bed a little bit. A lot of these are real short, so in the bed, I'll show you here. We've got these quick latches. Still work great. Under here, it's easy enough to put gas in. I believe that's a 12-gallon cell. It's all aluminum. So I got a little battery disconnect in there. We spray bed linered all the bed. So pretty simple, but user friendly. You don't see any of the ugly stuff. Calipers, disc brakes. Those are hanging on a Chrysler 8 3/4 rear end. That's what this rear end is. It's got a posi in it, and it's got a 354 gears. Works perfect. You can cruise on the highway or in town. It's got plenty of giddy up and go. I'm estimating the motor makes somewhere around 425 horsepower. It's got a GM cylinder head on it, so it isn't just a killer throwdown horsepower maker. But at 2,000 pounds, it does everything you want it to do. It's got turbo 350 behind it with a Hughes 2500 stock. A little separation here. We like to show all the good and the bad on anything we're selling. So, this could be cleaned up a little and moved down, but it's just over time it's kind of lifted a little. It's got a diamond sewn vinyl upholstery, custom made. You can see in the angle of the steering column the most. We've got 2,300 miles. Yeah, 2,300 miles on it. It's got a set of gauges from Speedway. This is handmade, this wood. I'll tell you about this windshield. This is also handmade I machined this bar so that the windshield would register in it, put a rubber up in there. And this is actually 1/4-inch Lexan with Marguard. So no chance of it shattering, falling in your lap or anything like that. So it's solid, works good with these strut rods. All of this was handmade. We just kind of went crazy on this car. He gave us a little bit of creative liberty, and we just built it how we wanted it to look. So aluminum radiator, got a big fan on it, high torque starter. So I get up here and so we're gonna go for a little ride here. Chad's gonna shoot a video of it moving around. I want to show you one safety feature that we added that I'm adamant about. We couldn't rig up a neutral safety switch on this shifter, so we actually wired in a neutral safety switch basically through the brake switch. So until it sees brake pressure, the car won't start. So like right now, hit the key, nothing. Hold in on the brake,